We're using a new phone for Twitter audio. Let me know if the audio is okay. Thumbs up or something. All right, we are live on video, and I'm just waiting for the echo to Instagram, Chris. How you doing?
Good. How are you?
Good. Good. We are live, Chris. We're good to go. We're live everywhere.
Yay! Good to go. We're live.
Okay. We'll get started. Hello, pet enthusiasts. Welcome to Pet Chat. My name is Jason Sikowski. I'm the dog dad of Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, and the cat dad to Bricks. My co-host with the mostest is...
Hi there. I'm Chris Sikowski, and I am here as the dog mom to Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli, and the cat mom to Bricks and Ginger. Love her.
Every week in Pet Chat, we do a short live show. We take some questions. We share stories of the week. And if anybody has stories of their own, we share those. If you have a pet story you'd love for us to read. So it's a way for the community across all of our different platforms to ask us some questions and get to know us and get to know the dogs a little bit better. So hello. Welcome to Pet Chat. We are live on X Audio or Twitter Spaces. We're live on X Video. We are also live. Hello to folks listening on Facebook. Hello to our Facebook friends. Hello to folks listening on our YouTube channel. Thank you. I do hear the YouTube channel has the best audio and picture. And then hello to folks listening on Substack and Instagram. Hello to all of our to our community from across all of the platforms. I'm still trying to figure out and get TikTok hooked up, but TikTok is its own thing. They do not want you to do what we're doing. So we cannot say hello to TikTok. So we start with some questions of the week. So if you have some questions for us, type them up. If there's something burning you'd like to ask us, go for it. Chris, will you monitor the Twitter Spaces, and I'll look at the other live shows?
Yeah, you bet. So Steve says, hi, everyone. Hope you're having a great day.
And there we go. I've got Beaker with me.
Why? Why do you only have Beaker?
I just have Beaker. That's it.
Why don't you have Bernoulli?
I don't know where he is, actually. He's causing
He wants to come in with you. He's barking.
Is he? I think he's barking.
Yes.
Hi, Bernoulli. Oh, it's everybody.
Did he let Bunsen downstairs?
He let Bunsen. He jailbroke Bunsen. Now you have all three.
Okay, of them. I do. I have all three.
Okay.
Hi, babies.
Beaker, come here. Come on, Beaker. You can stay with me. Okay.
I know. You're a good boy.
Hi, Beaker. Oh, you're a good girl. It's the Beaker cam. All right. I'll check.
Okay. All right.
All right. Chris has her hands full because Bernoulli knows how to open the baby gate to let Bunsen downstairs. Bunsen doesn't normally come downstairs, but Bernoulli just smashes the gate open, and then it lets Bunsen out.
Yeah.
Okay,
and
go ahead.
Well, and Bunsen was in here, and he was against the wall, and then of course, Adam has all the boxes from his keyboards and all the things, and Bunsen's tail is going thwap, thwap, thwap against them and then knocking them on the floor. Oh,
perfect.
You have the quiet dog.
I do. I love having Beaker. She's not a handful. Okay, so we've got some questions, Chris. We'll get to the Q&A.
Oh, perfect. Yes.
Okay. Gabby's mom asks, how long does Brick stay in the hammock? So that's his wall bed. Does he ever sleep with the pack anymore? He really likes sleeping in the hammock, I'm not going to lie. But he does come down and sleep closer to the dogs. And he does sleep in the bed with the dogs for some parts of the night. But I'll let Chris talk about where he likes to sleep if he's not up in his hammock. Where does Bricks like to go?
On your lap.
Yeah, he'll sleep on you. Super cute.
Well, on your lap specifically.
Oh, me? Yeah, he's super cuddly.
You. Yes.
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
so lucky. He's chosen me as his person. No, but he sleeps on his cat tree, which is next to the dogs.
Yes.
He doesn't, and he sometimes sleeps on the floor, but he does not like cuddle up to the dogs. So we're hoping he'll get there. But he's little, like they'll just move around and squash him. So yeah. Okay. So we've got people saying hello. Holly has a comment from Victoria, BC.
Holly, I got your text message today.
Chris,
I was like ready to up and clone myself.
Holly says hello from Victoria, BC, where it's sunny and 25 with a nice breeze. Sasha got into some sap at Sasha Mountain yesterday, and all her paws are a mess. Ew, yes. Oh, here's a question. If anybody knows how to get dried sap out of a doodle hair, please let me know. So yeah, if people have ideas about how to get sap out of fur, put them in the comments. We'll help Holly out. Vivian, who's watching on Facebook, says looking forward to getting our moose leg. What's the ETA on those? Okay, so Vivian, we are hopeful we will ship them in the first couple weeks of July. So they're about a week behind. School has been very, very busy for Chris and I. So I have put on the back burner, like keeping everybody informed about the moose leg toy. They will be shipped to us end of June, and it will take about a week to get to us, and we will ship them out to you as soon as possible. Yeah. And we're actually gonna put a little goodie in with the moose leg, just a little thing. Hopefully everybody likes it. So there you go, Vivian. Madison says, how's Bunsen doing? So that's going to be probably our story this week. Bunsen is doing good. He's with Chris right now, but he's had an upset stomach a bit this week for the last 3 days. But he's doing fine. Like he's running around and himself. He's just got an upset stomach. Hi from Mississauga. Charlotte and Gus are current too. I told my husband about Beaker's digging, and husband said no.
It's Ty from Missouri, not Mississauga.
Oh, Missouri. Oh, I'm sorry. I read that too quickly. Missouri, Charlotte and Gus. Okay, anyways, luckily Charlotte stopped pretty quickly. Yeah, so yeah, digging can destroy your lawn. We don't let Beaker just randomly dig. We stop her immediately, but there are places she gets to dig, and that's like down in the creek she gets to dig.
Which I do have regret about, because when you walk, you step in a Beaker hole.
Okay.
So Bianca says, good morning, everyone.
Yeah.
We've just come in from a damp walkies with a minute to spare before the best time of the week. Thanks, Bianca. Now, Bianca's calling in from the future, definitely in Australia.
Yeah.
Paula says hello.
Yeah.
And Steve says Bunsen is being very vocal. And Marla from Team Service Roddy says, happy Saturday. Chesney would like to know if she could trade her brother for Bernoulli. So,
well, Bernoulli freaking loves Marla and Jason and their place and the two dogs there. Bernoulli loves to go visit. So
I wonder what shenanigans Kenji got up to this week. Of course, Team Service Roddy posts a lot, and the dogs have been in the pool. Chesney got a pup cup today this week. It's been very exciting. All the happenings over at Team Service Roddy. But Kenji, he is a puppy and he is a lot. He's a big boy, so full of chaos and shenanigans, which is great. But Marla did say coconut oil for the sap.
Okay, I think we have coconut oil.
Well, we don't need it, but Holly does.
Oh, wait, that doesn't help Holly, who's in Victoria. Sorry, Holly.
Yes, Holly, we have coconut oil in our pantry. Yeah, that doesn't help
stupid.
her.
Yeah, it's like when you can't find your phone, you try and call it or text it. It doesn't help you. Okay, I'm just gonna knock down this other camera so I can focus just a bit more. I'll bring Beaker back on in a sec. We have a lot of questions coming in, but go ahead, Chris.
Yeah, Anne from Substack says, good late afternoon from Southern California. And
how are you seeing Substack?
Well, no, Belinda Belinda typed them in
Oh,
the
okay.
chat here.
Oh, okay, gotcha.
And then Catherine from Substack asks, "Where's Bricks?" Well, Bricks was down here. I don't see him right now. He's probably like, "Woohoo! The dogs are down there. I can go, break stuff," because he already broke something today that I'm actually quite sad about. Shotzi's mom says, "Hi, everyone." And Shotzi's mom also says, "My husband says try peanut butter, ? So there's 2 ideas, coconut oil and peanut butter for the sap.
Right. Okay, I've brought Substack up just so I can see the chat on Substack. So
Okay.
I see Catherine there now. Sorry, I had closed the Substack. It's all on different screens, so I'll do my best to keep track of Substack now too. Chris, we've got some questions coming in on Instagram.
Sure.
Okay. Kirsten Lee asks, "How's Bernoulli with Bricks' steps? Is he still sad?" What do you think?
I think he loves Bricks, and he loves it when Bricks is down in licking vicinity. So today, actually, Bricks was on my lap, and Bernoulli came over and gave him a wet willy, I guess, for lack of a better term. And Bricks was like, "Okay," and then that was a really nice moment. But then Bernoulli was also trying to give Beaker a wet willy today, so that didn't go as well for him.
That probably didn't go well at all.
It actually wasn't bad. She was like, "Okay." It was kind of cute too. But yeah, no, he kind of misses his friend when Bricks jumps up and is very far away. Yeah.
Chubby K asks, "How was Ginger and Bricks this 3rd visit?" So I'll say what I'll take. So Adam came down, was it late Sunday? And they left Tuesday. So we didn't really get to see them because Chris and I were in our last busiest week ever teaching, and they decided to come down during the busiest time when we're working. So we never really saw them except in the evening. We played board games on Monday night, which was fun. But anyways, like Bricks is infatuated with Ginger. Like as soon as Ginger he's just like, "Oh my God, it's her again." He loves Ginger. He wanted to be like, he follows her around. He is so annoying to her probably. And after I think the first day she accepts that he's there, but he made himself like as close to her as possible and follow her around. And he climbed into her cat carrier just to like, I don't know, because he wanted to be in her smell. I'm not sure what was that going on there, but it was really cute.
It was cute. Yeah.
Chris, go ahead. What did you think of their visit?
I thought it was really, really good, actually. When Bricks was a tiny kitten, Ginger was like, no. And then the second time she came down to visit, they warmed up more quickly. And I think if she had a couple more days, then they would be fast friends. But, she also has to deal with 2 other cats in her other apartment up in Edmonton. So I think if she had more time, she would bond with Bricks the way she does with Poe. And Took is a bit more aloof, but she has bonded with Poe.
Took is like a more aloof version of Ginger too. So very pretty cat though. Very, very pretty cat. Okay, VS Kimmy, sorry, it takes a bit to get through all the comments, is asking on Instagram, "When the dogs get muddy, as they do so often, what's the cleaning process?"
It depends on the scale of 0 to 10 of muddiness.
Yeah, it depends on how muddy they get.
You know what's worse? The worst is actually the worst is your boots. Your rubber boots, when you bring them in,
I know
they're the worst.
I need to leave them outside the house. I brought them in by accident, and then the mud dries off of it, and then there's mud everywhere. That's my fault. I saw that today, so I'm not going to do that anymore. So aside from my mistakes, Beaker, if she's really muddy, gets a hose bath. We have a hose just outside the house, and if they roll in something disgusting, I have shampoo outside the house in the summer, spring and summer. So there's dog shampoo out there. And then they go to the deck to dry off. Luckily, because Beaker's a golden, like mud and water just falls right off of her. Like it's wild. Like even when we're at the ocean with the sand doesn't stick to her. She is bone dry in like a half an hour and not muddy. Like it just falls off her. Obviously, it falls onto the floor of our house, so we don't want that to happen. But it's not like it's stuck to her body and it doesn't get matted. Bernoulli doesn't like getting super in the mud. So, but if he stinks, he gets a bath outside the house. They're too big to bath inside the house. And then also, please say Bernoulli gets over the heartbreak of bricks in the air. Yeah, he does. But it does make a cute social media video when he's pining for bricks on the wall. Bricks wants a cat friend. Yep. That's what Chubby K says. Oh, Trisha Stumpf SS can't wait to see your costumes. Chris and I are going to a Comic-Con together on next Saturday, as Dungeon Crawler Carl and Princess Donut. So I did post a little video of me putting my costume together. It's got a little extra stuff that Chris was working on. Actually, did I bring it down? Oh, I don't know if I brought it down. Shoot. She helped me with part of the costume. I forgot it upstairs, Chris.
How? You had it in your hand.
I know. I think I left it upstairs. It's okay. Any other questions on your end, Chris? I'll look on Substack too. Catherine is talking about her 9-year-old Great Pyrenees from Vancouver Island, and he's wonderful with cats. He loves kittens. Yeah, those Great Pyrenees are such good protectors for small things.
Steve thinks we should take the B team to school. Their curriculum sounds great.
Oh, from Tex from Bunsen?
Their curriculum from Tex from Bunsen was a banger.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Those were easy to write.
They wrote themselves this week.
Yeah. They were easy to write this week. They were fun. And then Paula says, can't wait to see your boxers, Jason. Yeah, I've got a Dungeon Crawler Carl. He's in boxers. So they're actually shorts. Because I think the boxers would be almost inappropriate to wear around. But they're shorts that look like boxers. Anyways. Kristen Lee says Dungeon Crawler Carl is very popular in my office. I'm so glad it's catching on. I am so glad it's like catching on everywhere. I'm even wearing my Royal Court of Princess Donut shirt.
Okay, but Jason, you wear that whenever you can.
I love
anytime.
So comfortable.
Anytime you have time off, you know what shirt's on you? That shirt.
It says Mongo is appalled.
New achievement. Needs a new shirt.
Chris has been listening to the audiobooks to keep up with everything. So
yeah.
Okay. Looks like the questions have all been answered. So we do have some stories of the week that we always share. Chris, do you want to go first with stories of the week?
Well, now I'm really worried that the door is open upstairs.
Which door?
Because Bricks isn't down here.
No, I've got Bernoulli and Bunsen right here.
But what did you lock the patio door?
Yeah, the patio door is closed for sure.
I was the last one out because I went and got Bricks from his catio.
Yeah, I'm sure he's fine.
So Bricks was in the catio today. I was just wondering maybe if I should tell the poop story for the 3rd week in a row, but I don't think I will.
Let's do a new story.
Let's do a new story. Bricks was in the catio for a little bit today, and because it's been raining so badly, the top of it's swollen a little bit. So I had a really hard time opening the door, and that was really hard, holding Bricks in one arm and trying to reef on the door with the other hand. And then I thought, oh wow, it closed really good, so when I go get him, it's going to be smooth sailing. No, it wasn't smooth sailing. I had to pry open the door, which is easier to do when you have 2 hands to be able to do it, as opposed to 1 hand, because you're hauling the cat under your armpit. but I was able to get him out, and he's back here at home doing great. So loves his catio. He cried a little bit more today than he did in the past. Oh, the Beaker is.
Bernoulli was just a second. Bernoulli was licking Beaker, and it's made Beaker crazy. He's trying to lick her ear. He's trying to lick her ear, and she doesn't like that. She doesn't like a wet willy.
No.
So she was just telling him not to lick her ear.
No, she doesn't really like the wet willy.
Don't lick people's ears.
But he likes to do it.
Beaker, he can lick your ear. It's not the. Oh, she's so mad at him that he licked her ear.
Yeah. Don't encourage that.
Okay, sorry. Keep going with your story.
Well, that was that one story. And then the other story is we took Beaker and Bernoulli on a walk today around Bower Ponds with the pack, with the Wag and Walk with Waggles and the Waggles dogs. And it was really, really fun. There were Canada geese with their goslings. And so that was always like a little bit, is this going to go well or is this going to go poorly? It went very well. We walked right by the goslings and the geese, and they went into the pond. No issues. No dogs or geese were harmed on the walk, which was great. And Bernoulli wanted to swim in the river. When we got to the river,
he almost pulled me into the river, actually.
Yeah. He was. We should bring a longer leash on river days. So that was great. And then it was a lot of fun. And then we came back home.
Yeah, the wagon walk is doing wonders for Bernoulli and everybody, because they don't really get a lot of on leash. They don't really. You can see me filming Bernoulli. That's hilarious because he's high enough in the background you can see him. Normally, I have my other phone as the dog camera, so you can get up close and personal with them while they're in the podcast room with me.
That's super cute.
Here's a fun. I'm just going to take this off while I talk because I'm going to film the ground. Deidre has a fun comment. Hi, guys. Myself and my daughters follow you from New Jersey. Well, hello. Love you and your fur babies. We are a family of many fur babies of different sizes. My youngest daughter has a Bernese Mountain Dog. We all love Bricks. Oh, thank you. So we got to the hands-on with the Bricks prototype. The Bricks prototype stuffy. Yeah, Thursday night. It's not 100% done. It's very, very close. I did post pictures to our Paw Pack group, so they got to see it first, and I'll show it on the live, the live that we do with our Paw Pack. So I do want them to see it first, and we do have some small tweaks before it's ready to go out. As the year is getting on, we'll probably do a pre-sale for that. Of course, once we're really happy, because people are asking about the Brick Stuffy. I do kind of want to be shipping the moose leg toy maybe before I don't know. It's going to be tight. But like, I hate having two pre-sales going, because people are like, oh, we haven't even got our first product and you're doing another one. And that's just how it works out. With the moose leg toy is very exciting that we did that this year. So it's kind of a one-off. But look for the pre-sale in the next week or two. Yeah, very excited about that. And it comes with the pre-sale. You get a little special thing that comes with it that we were working on too. So it's pretty cute. The cat stuffy, Chris, the Brick stuffy. Yeah, it's pretty adorable. That's that one. Chris and I had a busy day or busy week because we're teachers. The last week was our last busy week from end of school. So now it's exam break. The kids are writing tests and we just have to mark tests and supervise. So the planning and the review and the marathon is over. So both Chris and I kind of breathed a sigh of relief this end of this week, because while summer hasn't started for us, we're still teaching. It's not the same kind of like intense workload that it was this last month.
Yeah, but I have 2 new courses in the fall, so I have to start planning for those. Okay. Don't you worry. I'm going to start planning for those. But if I plan for those and then my schedule changes, then I've done a lot of copying for nothing.
Mhm.
Like, what do you do?
So Gabby has a good comment that maybe we could talk about. Gabby on Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
She says, "Congrats on Bunson's picked him day." That you sent me that it was on. Was that Wednesday?
Yeah, we picked him out. And then I'm like, hey, we picked out Bunsen today, 9 years ago. And then we posted it and you posted it. And people thought it was his gotcha day
Or birthday?
or birthday.
Yeah, people were a
So
little
sorry
confused.
for the confusion.
Yeah. But Gabby asks, could you imagine anything close to what's happened in the last 9 years? No.
No,
No way. No.
no.
When we picked him out, we had no social media presence. I did not have an Instagram account. I didn't have a Twitter account. I had a Facebook page, or my personal page, like to, I don't know, for my family stuff, like to post pictures of our family and things like that.
You had Zed Science though.
Oh, that's right. I did have Zed Science then. That was my teacher science page. I don't know.
Well, you were trying to, I don't know, become an influencer in science.
No, I wasn't trying to do that. I was just trying to post like sciencey stuff on my Zed Science page.
Yeah, and then you got picked up by the radio station, the local radio station, and you did some collaborations with them.
Was that about that time?
Yep.
Oh, that was so fun.
Yep. And then and then you were famous, B-level celebrity.
No,
in Red Deer here.
No. But
Yes.
no, like we never thought Bunsen, we never thought of any of this, right?
No.
It wasn't really until Bunsen was 1 that we started posting regularly on social media. Like, he was a cute puppy.
Yep.
Maybe we started an Instagram account after, a month or 2 after we got him, just to post some pictures of him.
No,
I'm trying
Jason,
to remember, Chris.
We picked him out.
Yeah.
And then I wanted to call him Richard.
Okay.
And you said no. And I said, pardon me. I said, you've got to name everything so far. I'd like to name him Richard to go with Callan, who is our golden retriever. And if you read the Terry Goodkind series, Callan's the confessor and Richard is, And then on Father's Day, I changed the account. It was a weird name, a weird handle. And then I changed it to Bunsen Burner BMD. And you cried.
That was I got tears in my eyes. Yeah.
Yes.
So I guess that would have been 2 months after we got him. June was like a month after we got him. So that makes sense.
No, we picked him up in July. We picked him up July 3rd on Duncan's birthday. But we picked him out, and then we had puppy no name puppy. And we were
it was such a long time ago, Chris. I forget the timeline of events.
That's okay. I got you. So we picked him out, and I wanted to call him Richard, and I got vetoed. No, you will not call him Richard. And then I said, I did the trick that my parents did, or that my mom did when we got Yo-Yo. Yo-Yo was a little Maltese, and she would jump up and down like a yo-yo. And we were like, no, we don't like that name. And she said, well, I don't care what you call her. I'm going to call her Yo-Yo. Well, then we just called her Yo-Yo. And she was a cutie. But anyway, so that technique did not work. I'm just going to call him Richard. You can call him whatever you want. No. And then I did change the name to Bunsen Burner for Father's Day that year. And so the puppy that we knew we were getting, that we had already picked out, had a name, Bunsen, and the rest is history.
Yeah. So thank you to everybody there were some people who I think they do tell us they were there from the very start. And maybe they remember more than me, like when we actually started to post regularly. And I don't know.
Well, one of the catalysts was Bunsen wearing your lab coat in your classroom.
That wasn't until like Christmas time, Chris. He was like an adult size. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that was.
So I think we just posted cute pictures of baby Bunsen.
Kim says the women will always remember the timeline of events.
But then it took off after you did the lab coat picture, because then we connected Bunsen burner science, teaching science through a lens of empathy and cuteness.
Yeah, exactly.
Get them with the cute, they stay for the science.
That's right.
Well, actually, they stay for the dog content and now Bricks content and Ginger content. That's what they really like. But they do like fun facts with Bernoulli. I'm Bernoulli.
Yeah, once I want to get back to doing more of that science content, but I had to shelve it for like the last 3 weeks. It was just, it's too busy. Marley wants to know what your new two is it Marley Johnson? Marley on Instagram wants to know what your 2 new courses are, Chris.
Oh, there are 2 math courses, 2 different level math courses.
And then Gabby says, a nice, really nice comment. She says, "You guys are my favorite Instagram account. Love your family and content." Thank you, Gabby. That's really sweet. Catherine says, who's watching on Substack, says the science is fun, but the dogs and cats are the best. Thank you, Catherine. Oh, and I did answer Anne's question on Substack. Will we be able to donate brick stuffies to the charity you've donated to before? And the answer is yes. Yeah, we'll have that set up, that you will be able to donate a brick stuffy. And for every brick stuffy that is donated, we'll try our best to match it with like a ginger stuffy or a Bunsen stuffy or something like that.
When the little brick stuffy came, I had to go take out a ginger stuffy, and I just fell in love with. Well, no, just because I love the ginger stuffy and I love the brick stuffy, and I just wanted to compare them.
Yeah, it's the same size as the ginger stuffy. So if you have the,
I didn't think it was. That's why I was fact checking. I'm like, boy, that looks smaller, but it's not smaller. It's the same size. It's optical illusion.
It's because Bricks is little. Like he's not as big as the dogs, so he's a smaller stuffy.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's very, very cute. It does need a couple tweaks before we like post the pictures of it. We're about like 90% happy with it. Like the back of it, it looks just like him. It's so uncanny valley. Like the back of the stuffy, Chris, it looks exactly like it looks. And then they just got to move some things around on his face, his whole chest and his paws. Oh, it's just like, it looks just like Bricks. Okay, the voices are perfect for each of them in Fun Facts with Bernoulli. I love the voices. And Colleen says, I love the gang doing sciencey stuff. We love that too. Kelly asked, when does the pre-sale for the brick stuffy start? I'm really hopeful as soon as possible. But we're not going to start it until we are 100% happy with the product that folks will get. So, oh, Chris, you have sent me a message.
I have, but don't read it out loud.
Okay, gotcha. Okay.
Well, it looks like there's 16 things here on the audio. Steve says fun facts are great. And the other thing that we were going to talk about this week is Bunsen. He's a little bit sick. He's got some diarrhea. And this is disgusting, but every day looking to make sure. I've just been checking his poops just to see if they're worse or better, or for better or worse, and to see if there's improvement. So he's on a chicken and rice diet right now, and he loves it. I tell you.
He is so happy he's sick. He is so happy he has diarrhea.
Getting chicken and rice. But I don't think he's happy he has diarrhea, but I think he is happy with chicken and rice.
Yeah.
And having said that, so this is funny. Jason gave him the chicken and rice that we made, and then he left the air fryer open a little bit, and guess who got into the air fryer and yoinked out some chicken You got it. If you guessed bricks. Remember a couple weeks ago, 3 weeks, maybe 4 weeks ago, I was eating pierogies because I love them. And he came and he took one of those dumplings and it looked like a little mouse in his face. And he went running and he gobbled it. Well, guess what happened to the chicken? He didn't get as much of it.
He only had a couple. He had a couple big bites of chicken. Yeah.
Did he growl at you when you took it away?
No, he doesn't growl at me. He growls at me sometimes when we're playing.
Oh.
Carmen Wright says, or Kidney for Carmen Wright, says, since I've only been following you for 2 years, I love your reflections. Brings us even more into the family. Yeah, we love talking about the past. It's hard to remember everything though. Christy, who's watching on Substack, says, how about a bricks pin like Ginger?
Ooh.
Yeah, I know. I love enamel pins. I love them, but that is a very risky business thing for us to do because you have to have a minimum order size, and the ones I've looked at are very expensive if you do a small run. I do have the Ginger pin that Cowboy Cat Ranch made of Ginger. This was for a fundraiser for cat research, and only a certain amount of these were made. It is adorable. So some people got this Ginger pin for pledging money towards cat research with Dr. Sebastian Ball. I don't know how much these ran, the Dr. Ball, but I could talk to him. So very cute, and it was not done by AI. The art was done by an artist, and it was turned into an enamel pin. Peter says he'll send you his grandma's pierogi recipe. She's from Poland.
Oh, Peter, that is excellent.
That's my people. That's my people.
Yeah, Jason's family is from Poland.
That's right.
Okay, I'll share something this week. On Tuesday, I went to a concert. So my great niece, her name is Ellie, and she goes to middle school here. She's her first year in middle school, so she's in grade 6. And she has joined pretty much every extracurricular that they have. And loves it. And there was an amazing concert with singing. She's in the choir. And so sang songs I recognized, like I don't think it was Poker Face, but it was another Lady Gaga song, and the Meet the Flintstones, and it was an eclectic thing because it was a whole story about, and some of the teachers were wearing dragon costumes, and one had a cloak, like the conductor. The music teacher had a cloak, and it was like fantasy, and a kid had a Hulk mask on. I wasn't sure exactly about the story, and they met William Shakespeare. It was wild. And the music was great, like really, really good. And I saw Captain America. What? Who knew? I said, oh, there's Steve Rogers, but it was awesome and amazing. And so I did that on Tuesday night. Yeah, it was super fun. And it just made me just so glad that I can share and participate in her life and her achievements and her passions. It was really, really fun. Yeah. But awesome. And then, okay, the reason why I said that is because Jason and I were sitting here with like a moment of silence, and I was sitting next to Bal.
That's Melissa's. That's, you got to tell people who these people are. Nobody knows, Chris. Your name dropping.
Well, I did.
You did. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
I explained Ellie.
But who's Bal?
Okay. So Ellie's mom is my niece, Melissa, and she's engaged to Bal. So Bal's her fiance. Anyway, so I'm sitting next to Bal, and I'm sitting there, and there's like nothing, like we're not talking. And so I leaned over and I said, Bal, I'm so sorry that I'm not more talkative. And he looked at me and he's like, I'm not talkative either. he said, so this is perfect because Melissa was just talking up a whole storm to everybody within a 2-mile radius. She's like,
Yeah.
like talking. And
Yeah.
I was just sitting there and not talking. So sometimes sitting in silence is okay. But on a show like we're doing right now, when we're both just sitting here with no words, this is not the time to not be talking.
Right.
So I just filled it with a random story. Definitely a short story told long. My long story short, or my short stories long.
Gotcha.
Yeah. Gotcha. Tag, you're it, Jay.
One of my coworkers, Graham Walton. Sorry, am I off the audio? Okay, I'm still there.
No, I hear you.
Yeah, just real quick, here's a fun story. It's not dog related, but he took the morning off or the afternoon off because his little guy was in a play, like a year-end recital thing. Yeah. And the funny thing about if you have kids and they do music is that when they're young, their cuteness overrides how terrible they are at playing musical instruments. And then they reach a point somewhere like in middle school where they're not cute enough to override how terrible the music is. And then when they get to high school, they're adults, or they're like almost adults. So you can't really, you could say they're cute, but they're usually really, really good. Like by the time Adam got to high school, the band stuff he did, it was amazing. Like just amazing. It would like stir emotion in you. We were all teary-eyed every time. But there were some hard concerts in middle school to sit through. So I think Ellie's somehow was better, Chris.
Oh, Jason, it was incredible.
I know. Like, what happened? Why were Adam and Duncan's so terrible in middle school? Like it was awful. It was better. It must have been, maybe we're older and less jaded. I have no idea. We're more forgiving. We see the kids being cute for longer. I don't know.
I don't know. Shotzi's mom says this was a musical written in a fever dream. And so maybe
it was probably written by AI.
Where maybe, but like some of the concerts that Adam did, the music was sonnet in B4. And we're like, we don't know what sonnet in B4 is. Like, what is that? But when they're singing songs I recognize, like Flintstones, Meet the Flintstones.
Yeah.
And they had a Katy Perry song in there. And I was just like, this is great. And then there was also, what was it? I want to say Star Wars, but it wasn't. But I'm like, every musical needs William Shakespeare and Star Wars.
There you go.
And the girls were wearing tiaras, and then they had like the singers were wearing tiaras and fairy ears, like fairy ears.
This really sounds like it was made by AI. And we're almost boomers, so we just love it so much.
I don't know. Yeah, but no,
my dad falls for AI all the time.
Yeah, one of the singers was wearing elf ears, which was super awesome. And it was just an eclectic, interesting concert.
There you go.
Yeah.
All right. So just back to some of the questions. We're not talking about pets. So people are tuning in is probably like, this is a fever dream conversation written by AI. Katrina says, has Brix met the stuffy versions of Ginger, Bunsen, Beaker, and Bernoulli? He met the stuffy version of himself. And it was really cute. He likes himself.
He does. He's so cute. He's like, oh, I like you.
It's me. It's me. Hello.
Meow.
Yeah. Oh, who's this handsome devil?
Yeah. Whereas Ginger beat herself up.
Yeah. Ginger's
remember?
Like, who's this chick? What are you doing in my house? Yeah.
Yeah. It was a very different meet and greet with the stuffy. Yeah. It was so cute.
Yeah. And Brix has seen all the other stuffies. He's totally fine with them. He does like to chew on like string. So that's the one thing we got to watch for is like he wants to chew on the whiskers of his stuffy. We don't want him to chew the whiskers off.
No.
Yeah. School Chubby K says school concerts are always fun when parents can relate to songs. And Marley Johnson says, I love the videos of you on long walks with the dogs and bricks. How much land does your farm cover? Yeah, Chris, do you want to talk about your farm? I always make the joke. I am the peasant that married royalty. So none of this is my none of this is my land. Well, sort of. I don't know how to explain it. It is Chris's family's farmland. So go ahead.
Well, there's 3/4 sections for the entire farm.
Yeah.
And we own the home quarter.
Right. That is, how many acres is that?
Well, 480 acres is 3/4.
480 acres. Yeah. To walk from one end to the other, I've done it a few times in my life. Like just to decide to walk. It's like an hour or more to walk to the end of it.
Okay. So funny. We were driving. Okay. And we took a weird road. And Jason's like, I've never been on this road before in my life. And we were driving. Sorry. So terrible. We were driving and Jason's like, I've never been here before. And I put my finger and I was pointing out the window to say, that's our property line. That's the end of our property line. And I'm like, look, and I
You poked me in the eyeball.
No, it was the ear. I poked you in the ear.
Yeah, in the ear really hard. You're like, stab me with your sharp nail.
And I'm like, you have been on this road before in your life.
No, I have not. Well, I've walked to the back of the property twice.
Yeah.
So it's a hoof. Like it takes a long, and it's farmland, so it's boring, right? You're just walking across farmland. I prefer walking through the creek. But the other part of this question, though, is a good one. Is it really a farm? Is there a barn? Surely there are no critters in addition to the dogs. So there was once a barn. There was once a fully working farm all over.
We had pigs here.
Yeah, there were pigs.
The pig barn and cattle and horses. Yep.
Yeah. So, but your family and you do. I'll just explain this a bit, and you can jump in because it's more your story than mine. Your family, your mom, and I think your grandma, like your side of the family, weren't farmers.
No.
Okay, so I'll let you explain kind of like that.
Well, my family's from Ontario, out east, and they moved here in the late 1800s.
Yeah.
And so my great-great-grandfather, Elias Code, came out from Ontario and like basically plowed the land all by himself. He had several children. And my great-great-grandfather Duncan got the short straw. So he like the short straw was that you get to keep the farm, and the other ones went away. And then they had my grandpa here and his sister Olive here, and then they moved up to Dawson Creek and then into British Columbia, Abbotsford, and then they rented out the land. And then in 1990, we moved back. My mom moved back here to the farm. Yeah, I'll just go see.
It's okay. They're barking at something. Bunson's a pretty good watchdog, so somebody, I don't know, maybe we got a package delivered. So I'll finish Chris's story, kind of like where I came in. Her mom and Chris's stepdad Gord moved back, and the farmland was kind of like in disrepair, and through over a decade it was all cleaned up, and that's about when I came into the picture. 2000. How long ago was that? No, 1990, late 90s. I don't know. Whenever I showed up. And Chris and I put a mobile home, like a starter trailer, on a part of the land, and it was all wild. So we like terraformed it. Basically, it was all farmland that was like gone to seed. So we put in a bunch of trees, and I mowed it year after year to get it under control. And then we saved up enough money over about a decade to build our house, which is what we live in now. And there, when I moved here, there were horses. The Chris was she doesn't talk about it, but Chris could ride a horse. Chris was a horse girl.
Yeah.
Yep. And so that, I love horses. They because they were just like your whole family, or your family kind of stopped riding. You got rolled on, you were in an accident or something like that, and then you were kind of the last one that was really interested in riding. Then the horses became really expensive pets. There were attempts to do other animals like goats and sheep, which were cute, but the amount of money we'd have to put in to get it back in shape, like in places with fencing and water and things like that for livestock, it's something we're thinking about for sure. We're thinking about it, but it's a ton of work. So any of the farm families that have jobs, plus they have like whatever, goats and sheep and cows, it's a lot of work. So yeah, so our livestock is just dogs right now and a cat.
But they like going down for walks with the creek with the dogs is just so peaceful and relaxing.
Yeah.
And
we're very blessed to have a literal park in our backyard, like acres upon acres to take the dogs on adventures. Like I count my blessings every day. I'm married up into your family, Chris. Yeah, and it's all unfarmable. The farmland is farmed by a farm family, and then your family gets farm rent for that. So it is still farmed. I'm not sure what the Steels put in this year. Did you talk to him?
Yes. I want to say canola.
Probably canola. Canola is beautiful.
Well, I have to look again.
I don't think they put canola in last year, so they do crop rotation. Katrina says, does your land always have crazy wind? Yes.
Okay, Katrina.
We live on a bluff. Yes.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead, Chris. Yeah.
And we need more shelter built trees. And we got a bunch that we planted as little seedlings. I was part of the federal government, gave out shelter built trees. Yeah. And we used them, but they're very small and they have to grow to be very big before you get the windbreak. And we don't have that windbreak yet. And we planted some trees, like apple trees and ornamental trees, but they died. They blew over and died. So we're just, I can't have any nice things. So every time I see like the beautiful Home Depot, Christmas displays, like the Cinderella carriage, or like the little snowman or the little deer, I would love to put that in my yard. No, everything and anything will blow down all the way to town, and I can't have anything nice. Inflatables, that's a joke. Like they're not allowed. We had a nice tree of Gondor.
Really beautiful, like tree that lit up at night, like this tree thing. It was gorgeous. And
Jason like hammered, I want to say like rebar.
It was rebar. Yeah.
Bye tree of Gondor.
That one blew over and got destroyed. Blew away, actually. It's like 300-pound metal tree.
God. It wasn't that much.
Anti-M gone. Yeah.
It wasn't 300 pounds, but it was anchored by some substantial anchors. Yeah. And
our house is on a bluff of the creek ravine runs like this. And where we built our house is like, we picked a really nice spot because on our deck, it's super pretty, but we're on that bluff and the wind just blows over the farmland and straight to her house. So, and there's really no place for shelter belt trees there, Chris.
No,
We're sheltered from the south, but not the north. So that's that story. We should say if anybody who's on audio spaces wants to come up to talk, go ahead.
Oh yeah, we've hogged the whole time.
We've hogged the time, and well, people are still listening. Maybe, I don't know. We have live stats, like there's 25 people listening right now on Facebook. There's hundreds on Twitter, and like about a dozen in audio, and some on YouTube, and there's some folks on Instagram still. But yeah, if you have some more questions, type them up. We have some questions on Substack, and if you want to speak on audio, go ahead and request the mic. Angela says, I think you should have a holiday rental business where visitors spend their vacation time playing with dogs. If we ever win the lottery, or I can convince Chris to take a very, very risky, massive loan, the far side of the creek would look exactly like Hobbiton, and we could build like Airbnb hobbit holes. But it would cost hundreds of thousands of dollars to develop. But in the summer, it looks like, when Gandalf is coming in on his wagon, and there's all like the hobbits playing around. That's what our property looks like. It's gorgeous in the summer. So
it's gorgeous in the winter too.
Yeah, that's true. But it would be very cool to put some hobbit holes on the creek bed wall.
Mm-hmm.
So there you go. There's an idea. And then Christine says, I think you need to write a story from the pups and Briss perspective where Beaker digs up a time capsule telling the story of the old farm and settlers. Oh, that's such a great idea. A history lesson, hey?
Yeah, and it makes total sense because Beaker digs holes.
She digs is holes. I'm hopeful that one of those holes she digs up some dinosaur bones, because there's dinosaur bones all over Alberta. I'm just shocked,
especially on the coal trail.
Yeah, right? I'm shocked that she hasn't hit a whole bunch of like a velociraptor or a Tyrannosaurus Rex or one of the other meat-eating dinosaurs. They're all over the place. I'm shocked she hasn't found them. Or in the creek. I look all the time in the creek, Chris, because it washes and there's gravel. I sometimes just pick up a handful of gravel. I'm like, oh, maybe today's the day there'll be some dinosaur fossils. Vicky says it's a trade-off in Michigan during tornado season. Yeah, because then the big tree will fall in your house for sure. Jacob says, I love your stories. Well, thank you. Okay, nobody's requested to speak. That's cool. No. That's fine.
That's all right.
Peter said, thank you for streaming on other places than X. I refuse to join. That's okay. We try to be everywhere. We figured it out. The only place we can't be is TikTok because they block us from streaming.
Well, but also Blue Sky doesn't have that service yet.
Blue Sky says a lot of things that they don't do, Chris.
Well, I know, but it was supposed to be in the works. Right now, if you're on Blue Sky, they have group chat. So you can have up to 50 people in your group chat.
Oh, that's fun.
It is. It's actually fun. But we have not grown on Blue Sky in months.
That's okay. I do. So, people probably really appreciate that you post there.
I do. I post there.
Yeah. There's a lot of people on Threads who are like very, very active on Threads. And I feel bad. I just don't have time to check Threads. Like our Instagram stuff gets bounced to Threads. And if you're on Threads and you are like, how come they never interact? I'm so sorry. I post to Threads and it's like, may the odds be ever in your favor. I hope you like what you see.
Well, also my Instagram account was hacked.
Mm.
And so we're also leery about having, like, if I was connected to it, then having it scooped. So yeah, that's just where we're at with that. I have not had time to think about reinstating or restarting my Instagram. account.
Yeah,
So if you were following me on Instagram, it's not me. Hopefully no one's putting terrible things out there.
No, I check it. I check it like every 3 weeks. I think it was locked by Instagram because whoever took it over was like spamming like scam emails and they locked it down. It's still there, but they haven't done anything. Yeah. There's a whole bunch of people definitely affected on Instagram about a week ago when their AI chatbot like was tricked into taking over accounts for these scammers. There's hundreds of people lost their accounts. So Peter asked a good question. Do you guys each do different social media sites or do you do them all? I'm limited by time. So in the summer and holidays, I'm way more active on like all of them. But when I'm busy, I kind of shrink it to the main 3 that we are on. So Twitter or X, and then Instagram and Facebook. But as I have more time, then I post on YouTube and TikTok.
Right. And I have been, when I have more time, posting our content on YouTube, but they are very, very vigilant at looking at music and copyrighted music. So we have to repurpose our content and change the song. And I have not done that as much as I could. And then I've been posting on Blue Sky, and I used to be posting on Threads.
Yeah, but I figured out how to echo our stuff to Threads. I feel bad for TikTok because I know we have a fairly large TikTok account, and every time I post that, like we have core fans there that are like so happy when we post stuff, and I just don't have the time because I have to take the song off and then post it on Twitter or TikTok and then find the song again, and sometimes it's not there, and if I use audio, so that's kind of a pain. And it's just like an extra 20 minutes of my day that some days I don't feel like. So I'm so sorry if you're a TikTok person and you wish to post more stuff. Summer's almost here. I'll have more time. That's usually like 2 hours of my morning in the summer. I have a coffee and I call it lazy morning, and then then I just post content every morning in the summer.
But he's not lazy because he's working.
I know. I call it lazy morning because I've just got my blankie. I'm sometimes on the deck. Is it still possible to order a moose leg toy? Absolutely. Yeah. Go to our webpage. And you can order one. We still have, we haven't sold out, but we sold so many we had to order extra. And when they're gone, they're gone. So yes, you can still order one. It's a pre-sale, meaning we don't have it in stock. And once we do, we will ship out all of the pre-sales then. And that's our website, bunsenburnerbmd.com. This next week, I'm working on new merch too. I'm excited, using new Sam artwork from Sam Logan. When's your last day off school? Next Wednesday for me. Next
Friday for me.
Friday for you? Yeah. And Graceful Girl says Instagram is a must. Yeah. You know, and the main thing why I love posting on Instagram is I've fallen in love with the edits editor. I know some people love CapCut, but as like somebody who creates video every day, that edits editor is like it doesn't do as much as CapCut. Like CapCut is, I will say it's better with the options you get. But the ability to quickly cut video and get it out and have access to a massive library of music, that's why I love Edit so much. And then that automatically posts to Instagram and Facebook. So usually Instagram and Facebook get our stuff first because that program is so powerful. So shout out to anybody who's listening that is, you know, part of that, who did the edits thing. All right, but I think we're rambling a bit. We should probably wrap up. Hey,
this is starting to sound like the after show.
Yeah.
So
we can start to wrap up.
Yeah.
I think we've answered all of the questions that people have had. I'm getting hungry. Hey, Chris, we have a podcast.
We do have a podcast.
What's it called, Chris?
The Science Podcast, PAWD cast, and you can find it on all platforms.
That is correct. We would love people to listen to our free show, The Science Podcast. I think our last episode was one of our best we've done in forever because it was so much fun. Spooky screwworms, the screwworms suck. So we feel for anybody in Texas who may be dealing with that outbreak if it gets out of control. But the cats versus dogs versus toddlers study, that one was so fun to talk about. And then our guest, Dr. Lacey Brock, she's on Instagram as Stellar Arts. She is an astrophysicist that has left that behind, and she is an artist full time, and she paints art from space and topical space stuff. Plus, she is really fun to interview. So that's our latest episode. Excuse me. Oh shoot. Someone did ask how Gord is doing. I missed that. I'm so sorry. I apologize if I missed that question. Chris, you can answer that quickly. I didn't mean to miss it. I'm like an octopus watching a bunch of different screens right now. I do miss things, and I apologize.
He's doing very, very well. He came with me to the concert this week, and he is getting stronger every day. He's been taking his dog Doc to 3 Mile Bend and walking, and walking not with the walker, but just with his cane. And so that's been great. He's walking to and from the mailbox because we still have Canada Post delivery, hopefully to our door for quite some time, but maybe not. But yeah, so he's doing quite well. And I touch base with him every day. I guess, I don't know if this is oversharing, but his most recent blood work came back and it's great. The doctor is very, very pleased. So all of those metrics are looking up. So this has been a bit of a long haul, a little bit of a journey, a little bit of stress and a little bit of worry, but also sharing in the joy that we still have him with us. And yeah, like that was a whole thing.
He's beating the odds.
Yeah.
Well, as we wrap up, I just want to thank everybody who's watching on all of the different platforms. A shout out to folks listening on X or Twitter, who's watching us live on video or audio. Thank you for listening to our show. To our the Facebook crew, thank you, and the YouTube crew. Thanks to folks who are commenting and listening and popping in on Instagram, and then to the Substack crew. I see you all there with your comments. Thank you so much for joining our show. Bernoulli has a big test on Tuesday, so we're a little nervous, but I think he's going to ace his big test. And then we are doing something that you set up. I don't want to spoil it because it's really special tomorrow with the dogs. It's making me all emotional. So we'll have some social media about that.
Yeah. So thank you everybody for coming. We really appreciate you listening to us share about our lives and about our dogs and about our cats and about our family. Definitely this is a labor of love that we do for you. And thank you for appreciating our content and liking all our stuff and giving all the feedback that you do, because we really appreciate it. And yeah, this is a really great time for us to share. And thank you for coming to our show. We definitely appreciate it.
Okay, we'll see you guys all next week. Take care.
Oh,
Bye-bye.
next week, no, Jason. No,
Oh.
next week. Next week is Father's Day weekend, but then also on Saturday we're doing the con.
Oh my God, that's right. We're gone on Saturday. Yeah, no pet chat next Saturday.
No.
Chris and I are cosplaying, and we're at a Comic-Con.
Yeah, but happy Father's Day then to all the fathers out there and all the would-be fathers and all the dog dads and turtle dads and cat dads and soon-to-be dads and all those. Yeah,
All the dads. Yeah.
all the
Okay.
dads on the 21st. Grandpas, great uncles, all that.
Okay. Take care, everybody.